Yeah, I think so far I'm feeling pretty fit. Little issues in my calf, and both races were, I think, like impulsive. I didn't taper. I didn't get any. Yeah, let's see. Good morning, chat. Yeah, I'm not gonna act like I just did an entire segment with no audio. This thing wasn't even on, I think, but it should be good now. But yeah, happy Wednesday, chat. It's April 9th. We're actually 6 weeks out from the New York Roadrunners Brooklyn Half. And so today we're going to do a speed workout. Before I get into that, just want to show these. If you are following Asics or you like Bandit, or if you're on social media, you probably are seeing these here and there, but also got myself a pair of the Bandit Novablast 5. Really hot. I think I was planning to get another pair of Novablast 5s anyway, I think, and I'm glad that these had come out. Just so whenever my other pair, I do have another pair in the launch colorway. They have like 130 miles on them, so they're still pretty healthy. But I couldn't resist getting these. Got one for the lady as well. But yeah, I think these are really cool. I'm glad I got them. But yeah, onto the main stuff. Yeah, so I usually do my speed workouts in the Metaspeed Sky Plus. These are, I want to say, wicked fast. Instead of those, we're actually going to be taking out the Adios Pro 4. So I got these recently. I've only clocked about 3 miles on them just to see how they feel. The main reason for that is because if you've seen some reviews of this shoe online, they are a little bit back and forth based on like fitment or running mechanics. Like heel strikers might not find this shoe very friendly for them, but some heel strikers manage to make it work. But there's that. And they're also very, very soft to the point where I'm not sure if there's going to be enough stability for me. The original plan was to run the Brooklyn Half with these shoes, the Sky Paris. I'm still on the fence about using these, but that's what this run is for. And then I have I think a few long runs with some harder workouts in them that I'm going to try them on just because I've used them in speed workouts and I've used the Sky Paris in a race, so I know how they feel over the longer distance. But I want to make sure that the Adios Pro 4 can give me the same amount of comfort, I guess. I don't want to run into any issues on race day itself. And then I'm sure you've seen some of them. People got bloody toes, toenails, losing toenails out here. And so I want to make sure that, if I'm going to be like hammering the pavement and, ripping through the gears, I want to make sure the shoe is the right fit. But yeah, we'll see. I think both of them are very, very, very fast shoes. But they just have different feelings, which I'm excited to test out today. Alrighty, yo, we are all set, all warmed up, more or less. All suited up, got the gloves, as you can tell if you don't already. Bandit fan. But yeah, let's hit it. Always an incline to start the day. Yeah, I've been doing a good amount of my mileage here, which is kind of nice. I can choose not too much elevation if I want to, or if I want, I can put more elevation on just by riding a different part. But yeah, we're gonna do it on this stretch of road right here for the 1200 meters, and there's gonna be a bit of a bend at the end, so it's not too sharp. But if I need extra room to do the 1200 meter, hopefully I can make a good enough runway for it. Okay. Need a lot more runway than I realized. But not bad for the second or first rep. Way too hot in the beginning. But I think I know. I got the path figured out now. Keep it smooth, keep it smooth. Whew, 8:21. We're up 3. All right, we're up 3. Last 1200, and then I think 200s. All right, last rep. Up 1200. Damn, that was way too hot. But still think I hit the pace I wanted. Third rep. That was good. Final rep. Hi y'all. I think my camera died. So I died on the final rep. But yeah, that'll do it for now. So 4x1200, 4x200. Shoes are really fast, but I still have to dig deep for final reps and stuff. But I want to wrap up here. We're walking home now, just to not add too much mileage, and I'm going to check the splits after. All right, chat. So just taking a quick look at the splits, and I think they're looking pretty good. They could be more even, but on the 1200s, we're looking at 80-24, 818, 824, and 810 for the last one. And then for the 400s, 656, 706, 659, and then 649. And so a little bit unevenness, but I think, you know, close enough. Pretty good. I don't think I regularly hit those speeds too often in terms of speed work, but I have to take a look at the past workouts. If anything, that's where I like consistency, doing speed works in general. But yeah, overall with the shoes themselves, I think the Adios Pro 4 are pretty damn good. There was a tightness like in the beginning, not around the toe box, but more like on just like the lockdown on the laces. It's probably just because I had locked them down a little bit too hard, but like around the third 1200, it's when I started to feel a little bit more comfortable and not as like tight. The only time I thought they were feeling a little bit off is probably on the warm-up on the way to the workout. Like I would think I was hovering around maybe like 10-minute pace or so, and they just felt like pretty damn unstable. Like I wouldn't even want to go downhill or take corners that slow, but when I started picking up the pace and like really just hammering down and like putting more effort into the foam, it started to feel really smooth. I think I'll probably take them out on a long run, just to make sure, like at least one with a workout, just to make sure that the shoes can, you know, I'm not gonna run into issues on that like 13 miles. But overall, pretty good. Now it's just chilling, rest, eat, and then probably more mileage later, just to, you know, add more volume. Not gonna film any of that just because it's gonna be at the Planet Fitness on the treadmill. I'm gonna do some miles with the girlfriend, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Hopefully I can wrap up this week strong and legs can stay feeling, you know, sustainable, I guess. But yeah.